Hello and welcome to Be Your Own Life Coach. Let's get started by talking about what is a life coach. First, let me tell you about my background. I am a certified integrative wellness and life coach. I took courses at the IWA, the Integrative Wellness Academy, and received my certification in life coaching last year. Toby has been a coach, a mentor, an instructor, a consultant, and a dad. So he's got all kinds of great experience that would make him an excellent life coach as well. What we're going to talk about in this course is what a life coach does, the differences between coaching and therapy, and we're going to provide some self-assessment tools for you to use. So what is a life coach? A life coach will help people to move forward, setting personal and professional goals that will help them to achieve the life that they want. So it's about taking your very good life and making it a great life. Who needs a life coach? Well, our clients are very healthy, successful people who are wanting to make a big change in their lives. Perhaps they want to change careers. Maybe they're surviving a illness, a death in the family, or a divorce, or maybe they want a health and fitness coach to help them to improve how they feel and get them on the road to recovery physically. Certification is not required to become a life coach. Life coaching as a title, it does not require any kind of degree or certificate. Now, I do have a certificate from the IWA, as I mentioned, but because there is no singular regulator, licensing body, or governing board for life coaches, anybody can do it. So you do want to be careful when you're choosing a life coach that they've got the experience that you need. What defines a life coach? Well, life coaches very often will specialize in a niche area, such as relationship coaching for men, or divorce recovery, or recovering from a death in the family. These sorts of things are usually chosen as a niche because the person working in that field has had personal experience going through something like that, recovering and becoming a better person through that process. So you want to look for a person who can help you with the things that you need the most, whether that's growing your own business, health and fitness, or personal relationships, or whatever it is that you're looking for. All of the life coach, however, all of these life coaches should be following a set of guidelines that are all very similar. Let's go over those now. A life coach will encourage a safe space for their clients to feel comfortable, to be open and honest about what it is they need, what their goals are, where they've been, how much they've accomplished, and where they want to go. You have to feel comfortable in order to be able to share that with your life coach. And a life coach should be giving you that safe space that is non-judgmental and very open to listening to what you have to say. A life coach assists clients to break down their goals into steps. So we'll listen to your dreams, help you define goals, and then create those action steps to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. And a life coach should be very well versed in goals and how to set goals, how to work through your goals, and how to reach them. So life coaches also honor the present. They honor the client where you're at. They don't tell you you're wrong. They don't tell you you're broken. They don't tell you you don't know what you're doing. That they do is be supportive of where you're at. Look how far you've come and you're doing great. But what else can we do today? So it's all about being positive. A life coach is really good at actively listening to their client and asking those challenging questions that sometimes we don't want to ask ourselves. So you can get a deeper understanding of yourself. And you say, For instance, I want this car. Why do you want that car? Well, and then you have to go deeper and deeper and deeper into why you want that particular car, how it makes you feel. Maybe your father said you never could get a car like that. There's all these underlying reasons, and we help you to unearth those reasons so that you can take a look at them, have an understanding of them, and then decide if that's really something you want or if it was something in your background that pushed you in that direction. It's all about you. Life coaches aim to motivate, offer emotional support, and help create confidence in their clients. And what that means is life coaches believe that you have all the answers inside of you. That's why we ask those questions, to pull those answers out so that you can hear them and see them for yourself. A life coach provides accountability and challenges clients to step outside their comfort zone or look at things from a new perspective. Maybe you're stuck in this, I'm never going to make more money than I've ever made. I can't make more money. I'm just stuck here. A life coach will help you get a new perspective on that, and take you from a limiting belief into believing in yourself through accountability and challenge. Life coaching is not the be-all, end-all. It is very helpful. But here's some things that life coaching is not. Life coaching is not therapy or counseling. If you have mental illness, if you have severe depression, if you have an eating disorder, if you have things that are eating away at you and controlling your life, then I would suggest you seek out the help of a therapist or counselor. These people have degrees, they're licensed to practice, and they have a lot of hoops they have to jump through in order to be able to help those who are in that kind of need. Life coaches are not going to be giving you medical advice. What they will do is ask you to share with them your medical plan that you got from your doctor. I need to take these particular medications. I need to do this much exercise. I need to be eating these things. And this is my medical plan. They will help you to institute a way to make that happen and to help you progress according to your doctor's advice. Life coaching is not about judging or criticizing you. As I said, a life coach accepts you where you're at, and we go from there. We don't tell you, well, you did that wrong, or, well, you shouldn't have done that. That's not helpful to the process. So what we do instead is just listen and appreciate where you're at. Life coaching is not about being authoritative or demanding. A life coach isn't going to tell you what to do. If you come to a life coach and you say, well, I've got this situation, I just don't know what to do, the life coach will begin asking you those questions. What do you think you should do? What do you feel like you should do? How has that worked out in the past? What do you think will happen if you do that? They're not going to be telling you, do this, do that, do the other thing. They may, if you get to a point where you're feeling really stuck, they may give you some suggestions or ideas or exercises that helps you to come to some conclusions about what is the right path for you. Life coaching is also not friendship. If you're friends with the person, then you're not going to be haranguing them and asking them, did you do the thing you said you were going to do? And being your accountability partner, but a life coach will do that for you. They will be holding you accountable, so they can't be a friend. They need to maintain that professional distance. It is also not somebody you're going to be dating. So if you feel any kind of attraction or physical chemistry with a person, do not ask them to be your life coach, because it will be awkward and it will become unprofessional, and that's not going to help you to reach your goals. So you may be asking yourself, this all sounds great. I think I can do that. How can I coach myself? How can I be my own life coach? Well, here are some things that are required for you if you want to be your own life coach. Number one, you need to do a self-assessment. You need to look at every part of your life and say, is this going really well? Is this going poorly? How could it go better? And what do I really, really want out of life in these areas of my life? And how do I get there? This is the self-assessment process that you need to perform in order to understand what it is you want to work on most and how what action steps you'll be able to take with that. We will have a self-assessment tool in the resources for you to take as well. The next thing you'll need is self-discipline. You got to keep yourself on track. If you write it on your calendar that you're going to do something, you got to do it. If you're saying, I'm going on this diet and I'm going to eat these things and I'm not going to eat those things, you have to be able to have that self-discipline to make that happen, to get to the gym, to do the things you need to do. And you have to come up with these on your own and follow through with them on your own. It's great and very helpful to have a support system. You don't want people bringing you down. You don't want to tell your friends and your family, hey, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to grow my own business. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to do this and that. You don't want them saying to you, oh, you'll never do that. You need a support system. You need a group of people around you that will say, yeah, that's awesome. You can do that. I've seen you do so many great things, and I know you can do this too. That's a support system that you need to hold you up when you're feeling down, to keep you going when you feel like stopping. Accountability. You've got to have accountability in order to move forward. A lot of times we need somebody to like when I had a personal trainer, I had to make an appointment to go see her to work out. That was accountability because she was waiting for me at the gym. I had to be there for my appointment to work out with her. That provided that accountability that made me go to the gym. The same is needed if you want to grow in any area of your life. You have to be accountable to yourself or have an accountability partner who's going to say to you, did you do XYZ this week? And if not, when are you going to get to that? That accountability is necessary to grow. Organizational skills. If you've got great organizational skills, you've got everything down in your calendar and you know exactly what you need to do each day in order to make things happen that you want to achieve, then that is the kind of organizational skills that make a great life coach. If you don't have that, a life coach can help you to grow in those skills and to keep you on track to reach your goals. And lastly, journaling. If you haven't ever journaled before, it's an amazing self-development process. What you want to do is write down how you're feeling about your day, things that are happening, how that's affecting you, how it maybe somebody honked at you or was mean to you and that changed your whole day. And you can talk in your journal about why that happened and how it made you feel and then what you did about it. And keeping track of those things are really great for self-awareness. So if you think that you can keep on track with journaling daily in this manner, then you can coach yourself as well. Let's talk about that self-assessment. What specific goals would you like to meet and why? And this is important to do in all areas of your life, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. What specific goals do you have in each of those areas and why do you have them? You always want to know your why because that's the thing that's going to keep you going when you don't feel like going to the gym today. Why do I need to go to the gym? Well, here I want to be able to go up and down the stairs easily. I want to carry my grandkids around. I want to do a 5K with my husband. Whatever it is, you need to have a why that will keep you going. Then what have you already done towards achieving your goals? Make sure you look at the progress you've already made and celebrate that progress. Then figure out what it is that stopped you. Oh, I was doing really great until what? And then work on that piece that stopped you. And then how will you define and evaluate success? Everybody thinks of success in a different way. A lot of people in America think of success as a certain amount of money. Well, when I have $1 million, then I'll be success. When I have that particular car or boat or house or vacation home or whatever, then I will be successful. The problem with these external success goals is that once we get there, we don't feel different. We just now have a thing that we wanted before, but it doesn't feel different. We don't feel like we've changed in any way. So think about, when you think about success, think about self-growth, looking at progress steps. Say you want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. Well, I lost 2 pounds last week, and then next week I'm going to lose another 2 pounds. And you want to look at what is success, the 20 pounds, and then look at those markers along the way so that you can celebrate each of those successes. When you want to sign up with a life coach, or you want to coach yourself into reaching a goal, it requires commitment. So ask yourself, what is the biggest change you're willing to make today? Every time we want to grow, it requires change, because what got you here won't take you where you want to go. So think about, what is the biggest change you're willing to make? Then ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to making this change? Now, if you're a 10, you're ready. If you're not, if you're like a 5, then ask yourself, what would it take for me to move that to a 6? What would it take to move that to a 7? Small steps. And then when you're at 10 on your commitment level, that's when you're ready to start. And then ask yourself, what is one thing you'll do immediately to begin this change? Now, some things you can do immediately is that journaling we talked about. You can start to define your goals and do some brainstorming. So these are some things you can do right now. Let's recap. Life coaching is focused inspiration to grow and change. It's about focusing your attention on the areas of your life where you feel you need improvement. It is not therapy. If you have trauma or depression or mental illness that you need to address, please see a therapist. Life coaching is something that you can graduate to after you've gotten those major issues worked out through therapy. The first step is honest self-assessment, understanding where you're at, understanding where you want to go, and putting those two together and then coming up with the steps in between. Self-discipline and support are important. In fact, I think necessary for change. You've got a lot of self-discipline to develop new habits, and that support group that tells you you're doing great and makes you feel good about yourself and every little bit of progress that you make. So what's next? Please take a look at that assignment, the self-assessment test, in our resources section, and go through that to assess where you're at and the things that you're wanting more of in your life. Coming up next in the next video section will be the 4 main life systems. We'll talk about the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual systems and what they mean and what they're about. And then we'll talk about inside out, outside in coaching methods, which will give you wings to take you to your goals that much faster. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next section.